Thanks everybody. Welcome to Virtual Happy Hour Live with me, Matt Albee, founder and winemaker of 11 Winery. Random Blending Trials, number 20, the final installment. Here we go. Welcome Stephanie, Armetha, Alana, Ted CC. How's everybody doing out there? Alana!
Hello.
How's it going? Hey, Craig.
It's good.
Craig's
Is
here, and
this really
Armetha, and Ted and Cece, and Stephanie.
the final one? The last?
This is the final installment of Random Blending Trials. We're still going to do virtual happy hour at least next week. I mean, what I have been saying is that we would continue doing it until our tasting rooms reopen. So we'll continue doing it until our tasting rooms reopen. Come on! All right.
Can't
So
wait.
through next week. I know. Next week will be fun because we have new wines to taste for next week. So that'll be
Excited.
cool. After that, I don't know. Who knows what'll happen? First things first, is this your earring?
That is not my earring. No, I don't really
Well, if
know.
any of you out there lost an earring, it's been hanging around
That
here at
looks like
the winery for
that
a
looks
while.
like maybe a Natalia earring if I had to pick one.
I don't know. It was in the lost and found, or by which I
Um,
mean the shelf in the closet. Um, and of course,
so it's been around a while probably.
probably. But so I mean, hey, if anybody wants one earring, I'm gonna set it over here. All right. In case anybody wants it, you can come get it. It's there at the winery. Um, how's your week been?
It's been good.
Craig says
Pretty
it's
quiet
it.
here.
You can come pick it up, Craig. All right.
Yeah, it's I keep forgetting like it's Memorial Day weekend. It's
I know, right?
supposed to be a big deal.
Yeah. Let's have a
So they're
vacation from
certainly
staying home. I could use a vacation from staying home. Yeah.
yeah. Someone called today and they were like, "Your door was open. Are you doing tastings? You know, it's Memorial Day weekend. We'd love to come in and drink." I'm like, "I would love for you to come in and drink too." And sadly, I cannot
So
do that.
close. So close.
Almost.
I know, you can feel the excitement. It's coming. It's coming very soon, I'm sure. Um, who knows? Uh, well, welcome everybody to 11 Winery Virtual Happy Hour with me, Matt Albee. I'm your founder and winemaker. With me on the Instagrams today is, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Alana.
And if you're on the Facebooks, you can hear Lana on the audio and you can see her photo over to the side there. Earthquake. Um, anyway, we're bringing together the 11 Nation for great wine fun, social media style, as you know. Today, what are we tasting today? Today is Freaky Friday, which means we're going to be blending white wine and red wine in this
Oh boy.
glass. Yeah.
I
I
can't
don't
say
know.
that I'm sad that this whole experiment of blending the white and reds is going to be over. You
I know. Thank goodness it's Friday.
know.
I don't know. I don't know how thankful I'm going to be. But let's spin the wheel of random wine selection and find out what we're in for. Um, let's tell the people what the wines are. Alana, would you tell the people what the wines are that we're going to be risking our
Yes,
taste buds on?
I will. For whites, we've got our Pinot Grigio, our pretty new here White Mourvedre, and the La Danella. And then for reds, we've got the lovely Cab Sauv, Malbec, one of my faves, and Mourvedre. Almost knocked over a bottle. Didn't. Saved it.
In there.
We're good.
Hello to the Stark family over on Facebooks. That's Dane Stark, who taught me how to make wine, and his mom and dad, Omi and Dick. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. You never knew when I showed up at Page Mill and started helping out all those years ago that this is where we would end up.
Who knew? This is where we
Blending random stuff together on social media. All right, well, so let's see. What did we spin? I spun the Mourvedre for
All
wine
right.
number 1. All right, so here we go. Wine number 2.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I don't even
Boy.
know
That would
what
be fun if it was like Mourvedre and White Mourvedre. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that actually would be. Can you?
Oh
Maybe
my
you
God,
should
it's
make.
gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. There it is. We're
It
calling it.
happened.
That's the closest one.
Wow, nice. All right, so we got the White Mourvedre, which is a Vin Gris made from Mourvedre, and the regular Mourvedre. So now the crucial question, how much of each? We will roll the random die and find out how much we will put in. Wine number 1 was the Sugarloaf 2017 Red Mourvedre, and that one's going to be it's 70%. So
Okay.
mostly the red. So MV. Well, you would think that these would at least go together, since you know the one came out of the other. Although 2 years younger.
True.
A
Yes.
little bit like going back to where you came from, but all right. Got my graduated cylinder.
All right.
Let's,
35
so that means 70, 30, 35 mils of the red. It looks like science. Looks like science. Smells like art. All right.
This is a lot easier to do when there's not very much wine in the bottle. I have to say.
Oh, wait. Oh, we're going to have to go back a step and taste these individually before we taste the blend.
All right, well, that's fine.
Because I forgot. I hope it's fine. All right. It's also our quality assurance step.
Yeah.
Let's do the
And
white
I mean,
first.
I feel like it's usually the best part of this. I mean, we'll see.
Oh my gosh. Love those peach blossoms.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. Get the red in there. The crazy smoky red Mourvedre.
Yep, if anyone is barbecuing this weekend, this would be an excellent wine to pair with that.
Right on. We had for dinner last night. We had Beyond burgers. Beyond. It's a meatless beef substitute, and we got 2 different kinds, kind of by accident, because I bought one pack that just kind of looks like ground beef in a pack, and then we decided that wasn't going to be enough to make burgers for all of us, and so Cameron picked up some more at the store, but at the other store only had preformed patties, and the preformed patties, unlike the loose ground, had like a smoky flavor, like they had they had added some smoke flavor to make them taste like they had been grilled. Even so, we didn't grill ours. We cooked them on the stove, but yeah, it was interesting. They were a little smoky. It was good. But really, it was good. Yeah, they were pretty good.
They're doing a lot with
that
those meat substitute products these days. Actually, kind of cool.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I didn't look at the price to see like how the price compared, but they certainly have plenty of fat in them. I'm not sure what form of fat it was, but like I was kind of worried, so I lubed the pan up first before I put them in, but there was no need for that. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
70-30.
All right. All right, so that looks substantially lighter than your regular red wine. Got a little more Mourvedre down the old breathing tube.
Oops.
It'll be okay. It's like I inhaled some smoke. So if I start coughing, that's why. It's not because I'm sick. All right.
By adding some of the white Mourvedre, it almost looks like Mourvedre Prodigy.
Oh. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. All right. Hopefully all the rain that we're having now means we won't have wildfires this summer.
That would be really
That
nice.
sucks.
I really liked that we didn't have those last year.
I know. So weird that that's a thing to say. So happy we didn't have wildfires last summer. Yeah.
All right.
Well, how does it smell? Smells good. Smells
Yeah.
a little bit extra fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Extra freshness. I have high hopes.
Mm-hmm.
High hopes that we're gonna come out of this alive. Undamaged
Right.
taste buds.
Here we go.
Mmm. Well, that's delightful.
Yeah.
It kind of is like the Prodigy. The Prodigy is our lighter style of red Mourvedre that we do. So it's a little bit earlier harvest, a little bit shorter time on skins, a little bit fruitier, and a little bit less aging time before we bottle it. So it's a lighter style, but it's not quite the same because it's still got the really mature fruit profile of the Sugarloaf Vineyard Mourvedre. Not really nice and ripe, but just with a little added freshness to it. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Okay, well,
definitely not bad.
I'm going to take those two wines off the wheel and spin again.
All right. Here we go.
Stick that guy over there. Round and round and round she goes.
Such a good clicking sound there.
It's a bad idea. But oh well, here it goes. All right.
Here we go.
What's it going to be?
I don't know. Could go anyway at this point. Oh.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Cabernet, but it's Pinot
Nope.
Grigio. Pinot Grigio for wine number 1. And then wine number 2. I don't like either of these choices to go with the Pinot Grigio.
No, I'm not feeling very good about this.
Oh dear. Oh, do we have to? Oh God.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Well.
Sorry, Cabernet. Sorry. All right. Okay, we'll do it. All right, let's get this over with. We're gonna roll.
We're gonna start by tasting them, remembering that they are good, delicious wines all on their own.
Right, so let's do that. All right, let's get a little bit of that Sugarloaf Vineyard Pinot Grigio in there. This is the 18 Pinot Grigio. Not that we do have the 19 in bottles, but we're still pouring the 18.
We're ways out from that, aren't we? I think we have quite a bit of the 18.
Quite a bit,
still.
yeah. Yep. That's okay. It's tasting great.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, smells great. That yummy, indescribable Pinot Grigio.
It's nice.
Caramelin thing that it's got going on. I'm a little bit tortured by this whole experiment, but see what we'll do for you people.
I know. It's the last day. It's okay. It's all right. We just have to make it through.
It's all in the name of good fun.
We got to keep it interesting. I don't think anyone else is having this much fun on their online happy hours. They're probably just, swirling and sipping, talking.
Blah, 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 blah. Talking really slowly about the bouquet and the unique qualities of the soil. And are you asleep yet? All right. That is a really delightful Cabernet Sauvignon, let me tell you. Really nice structure, nice bright fruit, bright cherries. All right, let's wreck it. All right, here we go. We're gonna roll the random die wine percentages.
This is for the amount of
And
Pinot.
this one, oh boy, this one, so it came up sevens again, like as though it thinks it's being lucky. So that's 70% Pinot Grigio in this case.
Oh boy. Okay.
Pinot Grigio, 70. See, I'm making notes over here. It's just so that I know never to do this again. All right.
Good. I'm glad we know.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll be surprised. You never know.
Hey, I'm open to that. We'll see.
Don't drink from your graduated cylinder at home, kids. You never know what's been in there. All right. All right.
Okay.
All in the name of science. All right. Whoopsie.
All in the name of science
Sometimes-
and great wine fun.
Sometimes when I pour the wine, it clicks my trackpad. And if my mouse is in the wrong place, it says, "Do you really want to do you want to stop your live video?" No. No, I don't. No, thank you.
Interesting.
All right.
This one's even
70%,
lighter.
so that's 35 mils. I know this is going to be like fairly light in color.
It's pretty.
That's the great thing about wine. It's one of the many great things. It doesn't just taste good, it smells good, it looks beautiful. All right. Let's get that out of there. Here we go.
Here we go.
At least we had those reference pours. Ah, those were lovely.
They were.
You know, one of the primary, I have found in my experience, one of the biggest factors in wine enjoyment is your expectations. Like if you think it's going to be great and it's not, and it's just good, you'd be like, eh. If you think it's going to be crap and it turns out kind of good, then you're like, wow. This happens to me all the time in the cellar, and like with the same wine, because I'll go in expecting, oh, it's really young, it's not going to taste that good yet. I'll be like, oh wow, that tastes really good. And then I'll go back to that same barrel, like in a couple of months, be like, oh, this tasted really good last time. And I'll be like, well, it's good. But I remember it as being so good. And I'll like go back and forth, like good, bad, good, bad, good, bad.
Well, you know, I honestly think we kind of get that in the tasting room a little too. Like tourists that come that maybe aren't super familiar with our wine or even Washington wine. Sometimes people come in and they like didn't even really know that Washington was a big wine producer, and then they're like, "Wow, this is really good wine."
Yeah.
They're like kind of surprised that this little island across from Seattle has this really amazing winery.
Does it ever happen the other way where people are like, last time I was here, the wines were so good, and this time they're just okay?
No, I've never heard that. People,
Okay,
usually it's, well, we came back and then we'll be back again soon. We'll be there for the club parties because, you know, usually they join the club.
Very nice. So we benefit from being out of the way. That's good to know. Okay, well.
All right.
I'm smelling mostly Pinot Grigio in the nose.
Definitely.
70% Pinot Grigio, 30% Cabernet Sauvignon. I feel fairly confident in saying that it's unlikely that anybody else has ever done this. Because why would you?
We gotta be, groundbreaking.
I'm trying to. I know that it must not taste exactly like the Pinot Grigio, or smell
Who knows?
exactly
Maybe
like
we'll
the
just
Pinot
like
Grigio.
swallow that cab and
But, like,
it'll just, I don't know.
But it's hard to pick it out exactly. Here, wait. I'm gonna pour myself some Pinot Grigio. I don't know. This Pinot Grigio is kicking ass in the nose for sure.
All right. Well.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I think I need another sip. It's not terrible.
No. No.
That is surprisingly okay.
Yeah. I have to say.
But is it
I'm
because we talked
surprised.
ourselves into thinking that it was going to be awful? I don't think so.
Maybe.
Uh, it kind of reminds me of shoot, I need help. John Brenner, I need help. What's that wine from South Africa? You know the one, the red one. Or Dane, you know. Gosh, what's that variety? Pinotage. Sorry,
Oh,
I know you're gonna come up with it in a second. Pinotage. It tastes a little bit like Pinotage. Have you ever had
hmm.
Pinotage?
I have not. Mm-mm.
So it's pretty much the only place they grow it is South Africa. Um, and I forget the parentage of it exactly. Maybe one of you guys can help us out with that. Um, and but yeah, very unusual red variety. Kind of tastes a little like this.
Well,
If you want to freak out your party guests, this would be a good way to freak them out. You're like, hey, check this out. Well, actually, but don't tell them what it
random
is
zone.
first. Make it and then pour it in a glass and then serve it to them and say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think this is? And of course,
This could be like a whole
they
new
won't say Pinot.
party
They
game.
won't. I know. Oh, see, I like that. Uh,
What's in the glass?
what's in the glass? You give people all the component wines and let them taste all of those individually. And once they're good and sauced, then you give them some blends. You're like, okay, now what do you think this one is? That would be super fun. That'd be even better than blind tasting. Although that would be super. It would probably be super hard. I've done a game where you it's like this wine tasting game where you taste the individual wines separately and then you get them blind and you try and figure out which ones are which.
hmm
Uh, and even that is hard.
Yeah, this is gonna kick
Ted
it up to a
says
whole new level.
I think he means I have had good Pinotage and a really bad one that was over oaked. Yeah,
I'm sure,
11
like all wine,
11
there's
2020 we got to do a big deal event. We
it's
had a
good.
huge event on 11/11/11. I know, right? But see, the thing is, November 11th is Veterans Day, so we kind of get stomped on. I
Ah,
mean,
that's true. Well,
props to all of our veterans out there. No disrespect
for sure.
intended, but we share our holiday with you. Um, uh, thanks, Eric got in there first with Pinotage. All right, so I have one other thing that I wanted to try. It's because it's the last Freaky Friday. It's time to get the big glass and do the big blend. Here we go. And what do I mean? Yes, I mean a little bit of everything. Well, how about take a little bit of laudanella, pour that in.
We're just eyeballing this one. We're not
Yeah, we're not measuring this out.
measuring.
A little bit of Pinot Grigio, and
Uh,
a little bit of White Mourvedre. There we go. Get that all mixed up there.
this reminds me
A
of,
little bit of Mourvedre. Oh God.
when people are in the tasting room and we have those little dump buckets and they're like, "Oh, I wonder what this would taste like with all these little pores in here." Now I can tell them.
A little bit of what was that? Cabernet, and then a little bit of Malbec. Honey, can I get a ride home? All right, I'm gonna need saving. All right. She didn't hear me. She doesn't watch. All right. There we go.
I'm really just excited to see you drink out of that ginormous wine glass, Matt.
Are you sure I'm not just holding it really close to the camera? No, it really is. Look, it's getting
For
bigger.
a size comparison, here's me holding mine really close, and then Matt's,
Yeah, no,
like.
no, it really is bigger than my head. See, I'm holding it right next to my head now. It really is quite large. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
Where's
Well,
Chuck when you need him? What are all these people saying in the
yeah.
comments? Oh, vintage cross of Pinot Noir and Sanso, says Ted. Thank you, Ted. I think he's talking about Pinotage.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Here it is. Oh, hey, speak of the devil, there's Chuck. Right as you said that. It's like he heard from
I
afar.
missed the whole thing, Chuck, except for me drinking everything from the big glass. Wow. You know what stands out is the Sauv Blanc in the La Donella. I can smell it.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, I think I saw Blanc. That one's coming through, yeah.
It smells a little bit like punch.
I like that you have to have two hands on that to get it up to your face.
I can do it. Okay, stop laughing.
Okay, all right, deep breath.
Serious face. Serious face. Otherwise, it's going to go all down my front. Okay, thank you. Good night. All right.
Not too bad, actually. I don't know. I'm sure
I
you
can
know.
taste the
Your
Sauvignon Blanc
ratios were
too.
different than mine. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Is there a red wine that has like that kind of herbal sort of grassiness to it? I mean, it's wow. I don't know, man. All right, well.
Jungle juice.
Basically,
Yeah.
basically jungle
The
juice.
newest 11 wine, jungle juice.
Tastes like Merlot. Okay, well, this has been a lot of fun, you guys, doing random living trials with you every week. I've learned a lot. I hope you have learned a little bit as well. And hopefully very soon we will be able to have you visit us in the tasting rooms. We will be back next week. Am I going to be here on Monday? I don't know. Tune in Monday and find out. We'll post a promo or something. I mean, yes, probably. I think probably it's hard to take a day off. And there's nowhere to go. What am I going to do?
Another bike ride, maybe?
Muscadine. Yeah. Got a couple big bike rides coming up this weekend. So Monday's only going to be a day off. And we got to be here. I'm going to be here working on getting the bottling line set up for next week. We got crews lined up for bottling, so that's super exciting. That'll be lots of fun. And next week we will be tasting through those new wines with you. So definitely do come back next week. We won't be mixing random stuff together, but we will be tasting some new stuff. So we will see you for that. This has been super fun. If you're low on wine, stop by our Winslow location this weekend and pick some more up, or order online. Hang in there, getting closer every day. And remember, doesn't matter if your glass is gigantic or regular size or half full or half empty. Why, Alana?
There's always room for more wine.
Right on. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we will
Thanks, you guys.
see you next week.
Bye.